Hey, welcome back. We are continuing on with the cottagecore bedroom build, which is, barely cottagecore. The furniture in its way too modern to actually be called, the cottagecore aesthetic. But, if you missed the first video, this is kind of a replica of my daughter Millie's room. Her room is full of indoor plants. She loves cottagecore aesthetic. So this is a mishmash of what she has and what she would like to have. So we got this far in the first video. Make sure you check that out. But can you see those two little hinges on either side? They are so we can add more to this room, because at the moment it's just a bed and a desk. And rooms have more than that stuff. They have 4 walls. So we're going to give this 3 walls. And if we were to do that without the hinges and just build it in, it'd be really, really hard to get into it. So with the hinges, it means we can just swing it open. And then we've got, it'll work. It'll totally work. Right. But anyway, so let's start on this side. And cupboards. So, bedrooms have cupboards, and the cupboard for Millie's room, she's actually got a sliding door cupboard, but that doesn't really kind of work with a cottagecore aesthetic at all. So I'm going to use this cupboard design, which is from this door's not from the Arundel Castle, but it's the same design. So I've just got the pieces to make this up, and I put a star on the front, which is just a sticker. I just thought it just kind of made it less white. So on the top of the cupboard's for stashing stuff, right? So we're going to put more plants up there, but we're also going to have a box with Millie's stuff, the nostalgia stuff, memorabilia stuff from her childhood, which was not that long ago, thanks very much, but shoved up on top of the cupboard. Can't bear to get rid of it. I'm gonna put a book up here. It's like a book of spells. Okay, so Millie's hiding her Wiccan tendencies up on the top of the cupboard, which she's not. But this was the first book that I pulled out of my book storage, my Lego book storage. And to hold it in place up here, we're going to put another plant, because that's the whole point of this room. So I love this plant design in a little brown pot with a couple of sticky outy bits and a tendrily bit on the top. It looks so cool. That was supposed to hold the book in place, but not yet. There we go. That's pretty snug. If you bump it, it's going to fall off, but it's pretty snug otherwise. And on the other side, there's room for yet another plant, and I'm just trying to mix up the colours and textures of the different plants. I have no idea if they resemble real plants. Not very much. All right, in this corner next to the wardrobe, we're going to have a spiky one, nice big stalk one, like a blade plant. Gosh. And on a pillar on the side, yet another one. There we go. That's good. Let's fill that side with plants up. Now, hold on. I should probably put it on this side. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put it on this side because I want to have it next to the mirror. That fits in so nicely. Oh, and there's room for more plants. Surprise! Because that's what this build's all about. So we're going to use this piece as the vase, which is from one of the Chinese New Year sets, and putting our stalks on a stick so that they're a bit more substantial. And I can't fit that there. So if I put this there, that's still not going to fit. So here's where we're going to be a bit clever with the hingy bits. If I put that there, that means when we close it, it slides into that available spot. So just put that smooth bit there. Look at that. Okay, there's still room for another plant there. We're going to put a terrarium in because I just love terrariums. So we've got the glass dome, and we just need to put a bit of brown and green inside, and voila, it's a terrarium, and we can put it in front of the cupboard. Can we open that door? I find these doors really hard to open. I can open the door mostly, so I'm going to call that a win. That's, the plants are king here. Nobody cares if you can get into the cupboard to get your clothes out. So backfilling the wall behind the wardrobe, getting it up to the same height as the other side. I really should put another hinge up the top, but I'm not gonna because I'm too lazy. It's substantial enough, right? Okay, we got our cupboard side done. On the other side, I want a nice big window seat with more plants for lots and lots of light. So if we use the same window idea as behind the bed, but put more room for shelving, for a shelf in front of the window. Does that make any sense? Let's keep filling this out, and hopefully it become clear as I kind of put this all together. I need to fill that out, so I've got a bit more room there. Will that fit there? I think that will. And I need to leave room for the hinge to be able to open. Let's move those over. One start, There we go. Now we've got a nice little seaty kind of area, but it's not. It's going to be a shelf. And we'll line it, once again, we'll frame it with aqua mint colour. And I've got room at the back for the hinge to open, which is good, but we'll backfill that in a moment. Let's get all of this in first. So this is where we're going to put all those plants that really, really need a lot more light. And I think we could even make like a little reading nook in this section too. Let's do that. But let's get this window done first. So that looks good. And I extended this out by one stud for one reason only. So I could just have that one little stud there on the front to put a plant on, which means I need to fill the rest with wall. And we'll backfill this bit back here. Nice. All right. Nobody's looking at the back anyway, but we put these together and that way that will hold all that in one place. Nice. All right. Now, this spot here, I want a nice big climbing kind of vine thing with this piece. So I need I want to just sit it just underneath the window frames. So let's get, I wonder if I can plug that into the top with that. I cannot. So that's just going to be adding extra foliage, nice bit of green at the bottom, and it's in a teeny tiny little black pot. And if I put it at the right height, gosh, it's wobbly, then it can sit just underneath. Kind of just looks like it's climbing there, kind of. I love it though. I really, really like it. It's not really substantial, but it'll do. Now, watering can as a pot, which I just love. I love the advent of this new watering can piece. So cool. Gonna stick some stalks in here. There's lots of S's, and if I stuff them all in nice and tightly, it just looks like a new plant. It's a planty kind of thing. It's not carrot stalks all bundled together at all. Shush. It definitely just looks like some sort of plant. And I'm gonna just try and clutter this shelf as much as I can. So a red planter, and I need to pull that up a bit if that's going to sit on the stud. I reckon I can put this in here and then push it back a bit. That's going to work. And this, I just love this pot design. I think it was in one of the Ninjago builds, either the city or the ship, to have this planter box design, and I just love it so much. We're going to make this one a fancy plant with a big sword leaf in it. And if I turn that around, I can snug that in there. Look at those. They're so snugly on the shelf. Okay. So, reading nook. Should we do a reading nook? Yes. I mean, there's no way you're going to tell me no, because that would be insane. So, using these sticker pieces from the original glamping set, I think, but I've put them on a different color tile with green. Love it. And tucking a book under the shelf. And now we can put in some of the plants we made right back at the beginning of the first video. This one's a big baby. So when we close that, it's going to, I'm just going to have to turn the fronds around a bit so that it doesn't bump too much into the bookcase, I think. There, look at that. And on this side, the other one that we made in the little skirt, the minifigure skirt pot, and I left a stud on the windowsill to just put another kind of climbing beady plant. So if we use this gold piece as the pot, then we can have this as kind of a succulent-y kind of thing with the little green grapes. Like that. And there is still room just behind that seat for one more plant. So going to make a cute new styly pot thing, which I don't think we've used in this build yet. And that's nice. And the yellow, oh gosh. And yes, and a purple flower, because I just love that. Because we're putting lots of colour in here where we can. Turn the fronds for that around there so we can fit it in. And look, now we've got a beautiful little reading nook in amongst all of the plants. Isn't that just cozy and romantical and just amazing? So when we close this down like this, you got a whole room, apart from the front with the door. We're not going to bother with that. That's just too hard. It will close it in too much. And we've got really, really nice full sides when we open up the other side, if you know what I mean. But in the middle, there's room for a rug. So let's build a rug. I'm excited. It's going to be like a patchworky kind of rug, tying in all the colours from this room, apart from the green, because there's enough green. So all of those other little colours with the blue and the pink, maybe some purple, maybe a bit of teal, because there's a bit of teal on the cushions for the reading nook. So if I put aqua and teal here, and then maybe some aqua and blue and some more teal, those colours aren't too much. So let's do a similar kind of thing on the other side, but we don't want the colours to line up because it's just supposed to look patchworky. So let's have a look and see. Now we have got a complete rug when we close it together, except these squares are not lining up. I'm trying my hardest to get them to be straight. Oh, that blue one. This blue one's misbehaving. Okay, I have squished that as... all right, give me a second. Hold on. So I poked at it and squished at it off camera, and I shouted at it and didn't really make it terribly much better, but it was a little bit better. So we put Willow in the middle of our rug, and we've got a complete room. I love this. I'm so psyched to do a too much plant build now, which will be absolute nonsense. But this is a gorgeous, like, modern-y, but it's really a modern bedroom. It's not really cottagecore, but it's got really modern furniture in it. But it is the perfect bedroom for somebody who just loves their indoor plants, which is quite a lot of us actually now. Since all of the COVID lockdowns, indoor plant sales have just boomed, and I think it's amazing. Make your whole house a fabulous green, thriving jungle. I mean, what could be better? It's so fabulous. Bring your nature indoors. Okay, so Millie's room is complete. Let me know in the comments what you think, please. Let me know if you would have done anything differently, added anything, changed anything. Subscribe, click the notification bell, do all of those things that I ask you to do at the end of each video, and check back in because there'll be more videos coming up soon. So I will see you then. Bye.